So I've just finished this book. I've been writing for about nearly 10 years now, but this is my first kind of concentrated collection of poems that I was working on for just under 3 years. I started off in spoken word, self-publishing, and I've kind of just developed from that point. I mean, the book's a mixture of different things. Like, it's kind of looking at race and masculinity and class and grief and loss. Like, there was a lot that was going on. I kind of don't tend to write thematically. I kind of focus on my preoccupations. I find that that's more interesting, things that you obsess about and that dominate your thinking. And that's kind of what the book is. These are things that I've been grappling with, that I'm unsure about, uncertain about. And that's what drove a lot of the ideas and a lot of the writing over the course of that time. So yeah, I didn't kind of set out to write a book about something. It was just where I was and where I still am, and I probably might be here for the rest of my life. You just got to find ways to reinvent the writing, and I think that's what it was. And I found it interesting because there was a lot of overlapping elements to those themes, if you will, and that's what got really interesting. You can create kind of an arc in the book by looking at the intersections of all those points and how they correspond and correlate to one another. I mean, I think about the reader, I think about an audience, but then I kind of don't know who the reader is. I used to think I knew, and then I realised that as you grow, as you develop, as you want to try different things and move into different spaces, your readers will shift, and I think that's natural in the way that you're growing, as are the kind of sensibilities and the habits of your readers. And so I kind of don't think about that too much. I just think about the book that I want to write, the poems that keep me entertained, that are meaningful to me. Those are the ones that I can stay with. Because I think part of this is an endurance exercise. When you write any book, you're in your head for a long period of time. So the person who you have the biggest duty towards is you. And I think that if you're kind of thinking about what would they want to hear, what poem would they want to see, how do they want me to word it, that's not true. So I kind of think I gave up on all that at the beginning of this book. And I think coming from spoken word, you are quite reliant on having a response, an immediate response, usually, that is from an audience. And it took a while of me unthinking that and getting to a point where I could realise that what I saw in my head and where I wanted these poems to go was enough. It's great to be on the list. It's great to have the book being read and being thought about as closely as what it has been since the time it's been out, since September. So I'm grateful for all those things.